All right. So let's start in a standing forward fold today, front of the mat. Separate your feet a little wider than usual. So let's say shoulder distance, even wider if you want. Put a nice soft bend in the knees, and you can hold your elbows. That feels okay. You can swing a little left and right. Might be nice to even close the eyes just to begin practice. Anytime we have an abbreviated, shorter practice, sometimes turning inwards quicker will be helpful. Go ahead and change the cross of your arms so the opposite arm shifts in front. Feel the breath starting to move through the diaphragm into the lungs. Just exhaling completely when you do. And then release your hands down. Go ahead and set your left hand right in front of your face, fingertips maybe on a block even, and reach your right arm up. So you're in a twist. And you can bend your left knee here as much as you want. Now, if you guys at home don't have blocks, you can use a book or anything elevated about 6 inches to a foot. Switch right hand down. Raise your left arm up. Bend your right knee as much as it feels comfortable. Nice. And then release your left hand down. Bring your feet a little closer together. So say sits bones or hips distance apart. And step the left foot to the back of your mat. And you can lower your left knee down. You might even pad the knee up here if you need to. So as you come up, I want you to reach your left arm up. Take the right hand behind your back. And reach your right hand as far to your left side of your body as you can. Maybe it'll touch the hip. And then side bend as you reach up and over to the right side of the room. And using the right hand pressing against your skin or shirt to roll your left ribs open. So we're working with what I call oppositional force today. You're reaching in two different directions. And let's go ahead and come up with both arms. Just take a breath or two. If you want to lean back, you can lean back. Let's take one more inhale. And release your hands down. Tuck your back toes under. Lift your back knee. For pyramid pose, you're going to hop your back foot in. 2 to 3 feet is pretty common. You want to spin your back heel down and straighten your right leg. And this will be a great chance to use your blocks, you guys on the back row. So because I want you to walk your hands a little bit out in front of your right foot today. Kind of think of it as like a hybrid down dog pyramid shape. So you're kind of hanging your head, pushing with your fingertips or palms or blocks or whatever you can touch. Good. And then just put the left hand on your left hip. All right. You're going to start to bend your right knee, looking for the knee and the ankle to stack. Then lift your left leg off the ground. So you're kind of in this one-handed warrior 3. You can walk your right hand further forward if you need to. And then I want you to feel the standing right leg. Push the standing right hip in and under you to create that half-moon stacking of your hips. Once you feel like you've done that, maybe reach your left arm up. And then feel how strong your lifted leg is today. Going right into these standing balancing postures. Now, proprioception, spatial awareness. You feel where your left foot is. Oftentimes, you'll need to move it a little bit to the left. I want you to bend your standing knee slowly, slowly, slowly. See how softly you can land in Warrior 2. Drop stepping your left foot to the back of your mat. And take about 3 breaths here, settling in. And bending a little bit more. Turn your right palm up, straighten your right leg. Put the left hand on your left hip and reach up and back. Known as reverse triangle pose. Now, once you feel like you're stable, take your left hand behind your back, kind of like we did a second ago. Push the hand against your body. Roll your right ribs open a bit, but continue to revolve. Good. One more breath here. Back to Warrior 2, fullest expression. Let's take one more inhale. And then windmill your left hand down to the ground to twist. Spin onto your back toes and reach your right arm up. Give it a few breaths. Nice. Feel how strong your left arm is. The root of your shoulder, the scapula drawing back. Let's give it one more inhale to turn the chest open. Plank position, set your right hand down. Three-legged plank, if you want a little more of a challenge, you could hover your right foot off the ground. And then I want you to bend the elbows a little bit. Maybe just an inch or two if you're strong, maybe halfway down. Now press up, three-legged down dog. Lift your right leg up and back. Good. Bend your right knee, allow the right hip to open. So it's kind of like you're doing a half moon on the left side. And then curl the right knee towards your nose. And then turn it to your left elbow so it's a twist. Inhale, lift your right leg back again. And then step forward for Crescent Pose, a little bit to the right of center. And raise your arms up. Nice, so we're still working from that hip balancing feeling, right? So the right hip draws back a little bit. But then you got to tilt your tail, usually down, so you can feel the frontal hips lift high. Good. Now take an inhale. Start to lean forward about halfway. No rush. We're going to start to balance on the right leg for the warrior three we flirted with earlier. So if you want to use your blocks here, hands to heart, any of that good stuff. Yeah, let your eyes focus, almost like they're looking through one point. Nice. And then put your hands down on the floor. But keep the length in your spine here. So yeah, if you have the blocks nearby, put that block underneath your left hand. Put the right hand on your right hip. And then start to rotate and roll your spine to the right. Show me that you're in a twist by reaching your right arm up, maybe turning just a little bit more. Now this is twisting Halfmoon. Let's take one more inhale in the twist. Set your right hand down. Keep your left leg up just a couple more breaths. You can hang your head. Just feel the energy moving through the inseam of your left leg. Maybe it lifts a little bit. Last deep breath. Set your left foot next to your right. Let's stay in that hips bones distance pose. Bend your knees. Let's come into chair pose. Sink the hips down and raise your arms. Nice, strong backside. All right? Calves, hamstrings, glutes. Maybe start to challenge the flexibility of the pose. Lift your arms a little bit higher. Sit just a little bit deeper. Good. And then swing the hands behind you. Interlace your fingers and fold forward. Lift the hands off your back. You might straighten the legs halfway or all the way. Good. And so in this setup round, we go just about, just as slow as we need to go to set it up. We'll go a little bit faster once we get it down. Release your hands down and step the right foot to the back of your mat this time. This time we'll release the right knee to the floor. Consider padding if you need it, and we'll come up with the right arm overhead. Let's take the left hand behind the back this time. All right, so reach up and over. You're in a side bend, but you're using the left hand to help you find that side bend. Right arm up and over. So yeah, if it feels good, look under your right arm. There's probably 10 different ways to do every pose. Today we're focusing on that oppositional reach. Let's come up with both arms. A couple of breaths if you want to lean back. And as you look up, take one more inhale. For a pyramid pose, hands to the ground or hands on two blocks. Tuck the back toes, lift your back knee up. And then hop your back foot in about 2 or 3 feet closer and straighten your front leg. Once you do that, see if you can walk your hands out in front of you a little bit further. Anywhere in front of your toes is fine. Some of you will get way out there. Good, and all these guys are pros. But if I was doing this, I'd probably be using blocks, so don't be shy if you need them. All right, super slow on the first round. Place the right hand on your right hip. And start to bend your left knee until the knee is over your ankle. Then lift your right leg up, kind of like warrior three to begin. That way you can feel the work that happens to stack your hips. The standing left hip tucks under, and back. And then eventually the hips stack and you can reach your right arm up to show me that. And then it's a little bit of a proprioception lesson today, spatial awareness. It's a direct benefit of practicing yoga. You start to feel where your right foot is. Use it. That way when you bend your left knee and you drop step your right foot into warrior two, it lands where it wants to be. Go ahead, let's find it. Bend your left knee, drop step your right foot, stick your landing. And we're here for about 3 breaths. Settle in. You want to feel the body here, not so much what it looks like from the outside. Place the right hand on the right hip, straighten your left leg, and reach your left arm up and back. Just kind of feel how your right hip can move into your left. Once you're stable, take the right hand behind your back. Feel that oppositional reach in 2 directions. And then reaching back just a little bit more here. 1 more breath. Back to warrior 2. Find your fullest expression, just long enough to stay. We did it. And then windmill your right hand down to the floor, spin onto your back toes, and we'll twist from here. 3 breaths. Reach your left arm up. Nice. Feel the energy through the inseam of the right leg. It's almost like there's no end to your right leg. Good. 1 more inhale, open wide. Plank position, 3-legged plank if you want a little more intensity today. And then go ahead, do just a miniature push-up. If you want a little lower, go a little lower. 3-legged dog, press up and back with your left leg. Bend your left knee and open the hip. Peel your left hip open. And then curl the left knee towards your nose, but make it a twist over to the right elbow under. Inhale, 3-legged dog again. And then we'll step forward, crescent pose, a little bit left of center, and reaching the arms all the way up. Nice. Feel the alignment of the hips. It's like a lot of these balancing modalities, like massage techniques, shiatsu massage, chiropractic techniques. It's all about balancing the hips. We like to approach it the same way here. Start to lean forward about 45 degrees. You can go hands to heart. You can go forward however you need. Warrior 3 is next. You'll float your right leg up and off the ground. Accept the wobbling. It's all about just calmness, even if you fall out of the pose. Let's release the hands down. Let's try to keep the length in the spine, which means the block might be nice. All right, put the left hand on the left hip. And then start to roll your chest open, your ribs open. Once you feel like you've done that, reach your left arm up higher than the ceiling. Drive your right heel through the wall behind you. Let's take 1 more inhale, twisting. Set the hand down, keep the leg up. Take a couple of breaths just to hang your head. Just to flirt with lifting your right leg a bit. Beautiful. 1 more inhale. Set your right foot down next to your left foot. Chair pose, hips distance apart. Bend your knees, sink down, reach up. 3 breaths. It's our last little hold before we start to flow. Let's sit 1 little inch deeper. Swing the hands behind us. Interlace the fingers and fold in half. Nice. And then release your hands down. So let's move through that a little bit quicker. Let's add a flat back here. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And then step the left foot to the back of your mat. Lower your left knee down. We'll come up with the left arm up and the right hand behind the back. Little side bend. And then come up with both arms for a nice little gentle back bend. Pyramid pose, hands to the ground. Hop your back foot in closer and straighten your right leg. Go ahead and walk your hands a little bit forward here. And then go ahead and bend your right knee for half moon. Walk your right hand further forward and lift your left arm and left leg up. Good, steady as she goes. Warrior 2. Bend your right knee. Slowly drop step your left foot back. And then straighten your right leg, reach up and back, left hand behind you, reverse triangle. Back to warrior 2, bend your right knee. And then windmill the left hand to the ground to twist, reach your right arm up. Plank position or 3-legged plank, extend your right leg back. Any version of a push-up, lower a little bit. 3-legged dog, lift your right leg back, inhale. Right knee, left elbow as you exhale under. Inhale, lift your right leg back. Step forward as you exhale, crescent pose. Reach your arms up. Good. Exhale, lean forward about halfway. And lift your back leg when you're ready, nice and steady. Good. Put your hands on the ground. Nice, and find your right arm reaching up so you're in a twist. 1 more inhale to twist. And then right hand down, hang your head. Keep your leg up, just 1 more breath. And then set your left foot next to your right. Hips distance chair pose. This time just 1 inhale, bend your knees. And then swing the hands behind you, interlace your fingers, and fold forward. Take one extra breath. Good. Release your hands down. Let's do it again. Flat back inhale, lengthen your spine. Step the right foot to the back of your mat. Right knee comes down. It's methodical. Right arm comes up. Left hand behind your back, little side bend. And then let's come up with both arms for a little back bend. And release your hands down, pyramid pose. Hop your back foot in closer, straighten your left leg. Go ahead and walk your hands forward a little bit further. And then bend your left knee, walk your left hand further forward for half moon. Lift your right leg and your right arm pretty much at the same time. Proprioception. We'll start to bend the standing knee. How softly can we land back in warrior two pose? Once you stick your landing, straighten your left leg, reach your left arm up and back, right hand behind you. Back to warrior two long enough to get still. And then windmill the hands to the ground. Keep the right hand down to twist. Spin onto back toes. Beautiful. Set your left hand down, plank or three-legged plank. Left leg comes back. Bend your elbows a little or a lot. Three-legged dog. Press your left leg back. Bend the knee and open the hip wide. Left knee to the right elbow. Turn and twist other side. Inhale, sweep your left leg back. And then step forward on your exhale. Crescent pose. Now we're finding some momentum and some rhythm. Start to lean forward. Find your balance. Hips stay squared. Lift your right leg. When you take flight, make sure the moment's right. And set the hands down. We'll keep the right hand down to twist. Reach your left arm up as high as you wish. And then left hand down, hang your head. You have one more inhale to lift your leg. And then set your right foot next to the left. Chair pose. One inhale, sink down. Swing the hands behind you. Interlace in. Fold forward. Take one extra breath. Good. Now let's add a little bit to that. Release your hands down. Flat back inhale, lengthen your spine. Step the left foot to the back of your mat. Lower your left knee down. Left arm comes up, right hand comes behind your back. Remember that's oppositional side bend. And then come up with both arms for the little back bend. And release your hands down. Pyramid. Hop your back foot in closer and straighten your right leg. Hands are already out in front of you. And then bend your right knee, half moon. Right hand walks further forward. Raise your left arm, left leg simultaneously. Can't see where you're going, but bend your right knee. Have confidence. You can land quietly in warrior two. And as you straighten your right leg, reach up and back, reverse triangle, oppositional reach. Back to warrior two, bend your right knee, get still. And then windmill your left hand to the floor to twist. Right arm up, little different this time. Come into your plank or your three-legged plank, right hand down, hold it this time. Slow and steady, lower all the way down to your belly. Now I want to keep the right leg lifted a little bit here. Bend your right knee, heel to butt. Imagine you could curl your head to your foot. So your belly's resting on the floor. Just imagine that's your thoracic spine lifting your head up towards your foot. Good, now switch legs. Chin comes down, right leg straightens. Bend your left knee, same idea. Curl the upper back. That's so your head's more attached to that. Lower back feels steady. One more inhale. Release your chin down, left leg straight. Cobra. Press your hands down, pull your elbows in, arch your upper back. Let's press through child's pose into downward facing dog. Hips onto heels. And then come up, tuck your toes, and lift your hips up and back. Nice job. Lift your right leg back, bend your right knee, open the hip. Let's go right knee, left elbow as you exhale. Inhale, lift your right leg behind. And then step to the front of your mat on your exhale. Reach your arms up to the sky, crescent pose. Good, slow it down, lean forward about halfway. When you're ready, take flight, lift your left leg up and off the ground. To twist, left hand comes down, right arm comes up, just one breath. And then right hand comes down, you're in the splits, hang your head. One more juicy inhale. Set your left foot down next to your right. Last side. Flat chair pose first. Bend the knees. Swing the hands behind you. Interlace and fold Uttanasana. Good. And then release your hands down. Flat back inhale. Here we go. Step the right foot to the back of your mat. Lower your right knee down. And then come up. Right arm up. Left hand behind your back. Little side stretch. And then both arms come up for that nice gentle back stretch. Hands to the ground, pyramid pose. Hop your back foot in closer as you straighten the leg. And then bend your left knee. Walk your left hand further forward for half moon. Stack your hips. Proprioception. How quietly can you land? Last transition like this of the class. And then straighten your left leg. Reach up and back with your left arm. Right hand behind your back. Back to warrior two. Bend your left knee. And then windmill your right hand to the ground. A twist. Spin onto back toes. This is where we change it up. Set your left hand down, plank or three-legged plank, hovering your left foot. Slowly lower all the way down to your belly. Bend your left knee, heel to butt, curl your upper back, head touches foot, but not really. Exhale, release chin and left leg down, switch. Bend your right knee, heel to glute, inhale, curl. And then exhale, release that for Cobra Pose. Both hands are down, inhale, lift your heart. And then through Child's Pose, hips to heels, soften your forehead down. Good. Hands and knees, tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Raise your left leg back, bend your knee and open your hip. Left knee, right elbow underneath the body as a twist. Inhale, swing your left leg back. And then step forward on your exhale, Crescent Pose. Last one of these. Inhale, reach up, please. Exhale, lean forward, hips stay level, warrior three. Right hand comes down in front of, right under your shoulder, left arm up. And then left hand down, hang your head standing, splits. One more goodbye, inhale. Set your right foot next to your left, chair pose, sink down, reach up. Hands behind you, interlace your fingers and fold. Beautiful. Release your hands down, heel toe your feet together. Inhale, flat back, lengthen your spine. Step, step, back to plank position. Lower halfway down chaturanga into upward facing dog. Push your toes back, work your arms a bit straighter if not all the way. Finally, downward facing dog with both feet on the ground. Inner thighs press back, inner hands open a little more. And thinking three-dimensionally as you broaden your spine. Good, drop your knees down to the floor. Walk your hands back just a little bit more. Cat-cow your spine once or twice. Kind of lift your chest, curl. Exhale, round and tuck. Do that again. Inhale, lift your chest. And exhale, round your spine. Come into neutral this time and lift your left leg back. Bend your left knee, heel to butt. And then look forward or maybe even look up and try to touch your foot to your head. Not really, but just feel that action. Not so much lower back, but upper back. Now take your inhale, left knee to the nose, exhale, round and curl. 2 more times. Inhale, lift your heel high towards your head. And then exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, 1 more of those. And exhale, knee to nose. A little different this time. Reach your left leg back, reach your right arm forward, handshake position. Bend your left knee, reach back with your hand, catch the foot and kick the foot into your hand. Good, and then re-extend right arm forward, left leg back. A little trickier this time. Set your right hand down. Keep your left leg straight, but set your left toes down at the back of your mat this time. This way you can lift your right knee up to your nose. Right knee. We're going to try the same thing from here. Stay in plank. Just lift your right heel to your head. Look forward. And then exhale, knee to nose round. Inhale again. 2 more. Exhale, knee to nose. 1 more time. Takes a lot of strength. Step right between your hands. Ground your back heel down. And reach your left arm up. So your right hand can be down, inside or outside the foot. Reach your left arm to the front of the room. Reach your right hand to the back of the room. So it's that oppositional reach. Roll your left chest open. Now ground your feet. Remember reverse triangle pose. Come all the way up, straighten your right leg. Reach up with your right hand. Behind your back with your left. Just going to do that 2 more times. Bend the right knee. Sweep your left arm to the front of the room. Right hand behind your back. Inhale again, oppositional flow. Straightening the leg. And then exhale, bending the knee and sweeping forward. This time we'll hold it. Inhale, reverse triangle pose. Into triangle pose. Start to lean forward, reach way past your toes. And you can always shorten the stance if you want. Float your right hand down. Nice. Roll the left ribs open a little bit more. And then look down in front of your toes. Bend your right knee. Last half moon today. Walk your right hand forward and lift your left leg. And if you want to add something to this one, go for it. Like catching your left foot, for instance, or floating your right hand off the ground, any of that good stuff. Or maybe it's perfect the way it is. Wherever you are, release both hands down to the floor. Standing splits. Walk your hands closer to your foot this time. Maybe hold the back of your leg. And let's give it one more deep breath. And release your left foot next to your right. Chair pose, bend the knees, sink down, reach your arms up. Swing the hands behind you, interlace your fingers, and fold forward. Wonderful. Release your hands down, flat back, inhale, lengthen your spine. Step or jump back and lower down through the vinyasa. Cobra, upward facing dog. And then downward facing dog on your exhale. Lower your knees again, last side. Couple of cat-cows just to get it started. Lift your chest, wave your spine. Exhale, round, move the synovial fluid through your joints. Inhale, one more. And then exhale, round your spine. Come into neutral. We'll lift the right leg back first this time. Look forward, bend your right knee heel to butt. Just imagine you could touch your foot to your head, move your upper back. Knee to nose, exhale, round your spine. Two more. Inhale, heel to head. And then exhale, knee to nose. Now you're really toning the belly when you do this. Inhale, one more. Exhale, knee to nose. And then this time, reach your right leg back, reach your left arm forward. And then can you reach back with your left hand and catch your right foot? If not, just fake it till you make it. There's definitely benefits in just kind of mimicking these poses. It's more about the attention, the focus, and where we place it. Let's re-extend. Left arm forward, right leg back. Inhale. Remember that weird stuff we just did? Left hand comes down first. Right leg stays straight. Set your right toes down back of your mat. And lift your left knee up to your nose. Stay in plank with your shoulders, but try to touch your heel to your head. Look forward or up. Inhale. Your exhale, knee to nose. Two more times. Inhale. Takes a lot of strength in the lower belly. Exhale, knee to nose. One more time. Inhale. Wonderful. Step right between your hands. Ground your back heel down and reach your right arm up. And again, the left hand could be inside or outside of the foot. Good. Go ahead and take your right arm, reach it to the front of the room. Oppositionally, reach your left arm behind your back so you're reaching to the back of the room. And then remember reverse triangle pose. Reach all the way back with your left arm, straighten your left leg, right hand behind your back. And then exhale, back to side angle, bend your left knee, sweep your right arm forward, left hand behind you. Inhale again, reach all the way back, reverse triangle. Wonderful. Exhale, bend the knee, sweep the right arm forward, left hand behind. Third time's the charm. We'll hold it this time. Inhale, reach back into reverse triangle pose. Left leg is straight. And then let's find triangle pose. Start to lean forward, reach way, way, way past your toes. Floating your left hand down, raising your right arm up. A couple breaths to land. Nice. And then look down in front of your toes, bend your left knee. Fourth time's the charm, half moon. Walk your left hand forward and raise your right leg up. Couple breaths. Left hip pushes under and back. Any additional pose you want to add to this pose, like catching your foot, floating your left hand up. It's all good. Release your right hand down, standing splits, hang your head. You walk your hands a little closer to your foot this time and hold the back of your leg. Last inhale here. Set your right foot next to your left. Last chair pose. Bend your knees, sink down, reach up. Swing the hands behind you, interlace your fingers, and fold. Nice job, you guys. Release your hands down. Go ahead and bend your knees. Sit all the way down on your butt. Place the soles of your feet together. Hold the feet with your hands. Sit up nice and tall. And then if you'd like to, you could fold forward or just sit up tall. Take a few breaths just to kind of wind down your abbreviated practice today. Let the heat do the work. And let's close the knees together here. Straighten your legs forward. Raise your arms up as you inhale. Fold over your legs on your exhale. And let's take one more full breath in. Lie all the way down onto your back. Moment to get comfortable. Like if you need to open the hips, happy baby for a second. You need to turn right or left, twist it out one more time. Give yourself an opportunity to settle in. And then the necessary rest that comes at the end of the physical components, the asanas, really just to reset the nervous system, to absorb the experience. So if you're already resting in Shavasana, let's take one last big full inhale through the nose, holding this one in for 3, 2, maybe even sipping in a little bit more oxygen, last one. And then open the mouth, let that go. Soften the skin. Soften the eyes. Soften the future. Soften the past.